with, just straight up bogus info. Here's someone who's actually funded by the U.S. government and the arms industry, Olga Lotman, this Ukrainian American Banderite termite who works at SIPA, which is Center for European Policy Affairs, a U.S. government funded organization, funded by the State Department, funded by a who's who of arms industry companies, making a literal killing off Ukraine, calling for just investigating anyone she doesn't like. Just investigate. There's no evidence offered here for any basis for investigation. Of course, I'm there with Aaron, Alex Rubenstein. I mean, just on and on. Anyone she doesn't like, Kit, Wyatt, Jack Posobiec, Doug McGregor, who was a U.S. Army colonel. And so this Ukrainian lady is coming in here with a U.S. government-backed think tank behind her and just creating a potential McCarthyite blacklist for House Un-American Affairs Committee. How does that happen? And
foreigner.
Yeah, a
foreigner coming here and calling for the arrest and investigation of Americans that are actually standing up for their own country and their own rights. It reminds me of Daniel DiMartino, this Venezuelan that I was supposed to debate tomorrow on 9/11. And he released a similar statement right after the Lauren Chen indictment came out. He said that the Grayzone, Jackson Hinkle, he has no doubt that we're also taking money from foreign governments, and that that the DOJ should deliver justice there. Like, excuse me, I'm born here. You are living off of like U.S. government scholarships to be at the Manhattan Institute or whatever. I'm probably paying for that out of my taxpayer pocket. You don't get to come here and like demand that my rights get taken away, my free speech rights. I mean, I don't even have to say, because we say it all the time, that we go to great lengths to never take money from foreign individuals or governments, because you just don't want to open yourself up to any criticism. We're obviously major targets for the U.S. government. But it's just so offensive that these people like Olga and Daniel, who are actually not from here and are funded by our taxpayers to be mouthpieces of the U.S. government and whatever industry and banking institutions fund their little institutions or their little groups, come here and demand that we have our rights taken away and that we forfeit all of our money to go overthrow their government back in their home country because they just want to return to power. Like, if you're going to be here, you have a stake here. You don't get to keep whining about what's going on in Venezuela and like forcing my country to do something about it.
Yeah. And that's the ultimate objective, is to burrow from within for these little.
Yeah, he had the nerve to call us enemies within. Excuse me?
Yeah, no, these are the real enemies within, is these little Esqualito parasites like Daniel DiMartino, who come here and try to get their hands on the wheel of the U.S. ship of state and steer it towards military conflict and destroy their former countries and send waves of migrants here. They and then they attack us as enemies for opposing those disastrous policies that they've been responsible for. And I mean,
for believing in what I
think they're just Ahmed Chalabis from under different flags.
Yeah. And, I think that what I'm advocating for is an actual America First policy. In the interest of the United States, there is no reason that we should have conflict with Venezuela or any of these other countries. And yet they want to come here and use us and abuse us, much like the Israel lobby. So, just you can't come for me here. You can't, because I have a constitution, I have rights as an American, and you're not going to be able to take them away, Daniel.